All you guys all season for supporting our program, and today's game did not turn out obviously like we had planned on it, but it's a process that you go through, and sometimes it's a difficult process as we've seen, but just being close is a difficult pill to swallow obviously, and I told our football team that we didn't do enough things today to win that football game. We had a lot of foolish penalties that were a concern there early in the game, and then our coverage teams in the kicking game were atrocious. And we had our opportunities there, as bad as we played, and we were unable to convert a 3rd and 5 there at the end of the game, which was a big play to keep us on the field there. And I opted to kick the ball. In hindsight, I probably wish I would have went for it, but it is what it is. And I feel bad for our seniors. That group of men stuck by us, stuck through, a difficult season early off. We started out kind of shaky, and then kind of came on and started to grow up a little bit and started playing. And then to go out like this, I'm sure it's difficult for them. We had all hopes of postseason play. And for those guys to be the glue to keep this team together is something that I appreciate them for. A lot of those guys, a good portion of them don't play. Don't get a chance to play a lot. And for them to continue to be positive and be team players and encourage some of the younger players to practice and continue to push forward, those guys were a big part of all that. So we're obviously all disappointed, I think the future does look bright. We just got to continue to keep working hard, and quite frankly, I don't feel like we deserve to win that game today. It was close, but I was disappointed in some things that happened during the course of the game there that just championship football teams don't do. So I'm all yours.
Coach, Wooden in the second half, talk about how elusive he was.
Well, he's obviously, a guy can run. He's very well developed, especially in his lower body. And, he's a guy that if something's not there, you're rushing the passer, he can pull it down and run. And he runs well with the football, and he's able to put the ball in the air too. And, they were able to take advantage of some one-on-one situations there that cost us.
Eric, with the 3-8 season a year ago, 6-5 this year, the wins and losses, it is an improvement.
We're improving. I mean, that's not that's not hard to see, and it's hard. It really is. But I've been through this before, not as a head coach, but when we were at Kansas State, our first year we were 1-10. And we were 5-6, then we were 7-4, and then we took a step back, and then we were 9-2. So it's a process, and if I would have saw it coming, I probably wouldn't be as surprised. But we had good weeks of practice. The kids were serious; they were focused. We seemed like we were on track to do good things today, and unfortunately, we weren't successful in executing some of the things that we were asked to do in key times of the football game.
With that being said, would you term this a successful season?
It'll never be successful to me until we put another banner up there. That's what we strive for, and we set our standards high, but that's why you come here. That's why you come to Youngstown. There is a high standard here. It was set before us. That's the bar, and we're going to get there. I mean, that's not hard to see that we're going to get there. It's just the impatient way that things are in today's society, myself included. We want things now, just like your phone. You got email on it. We want text messages, whatever. I mean, we want everything right now. It's a now society, and unfortunately, in football, it's a physical process that needs to take place. Along with as you continue to bring in new players and growing up, maturing, and football intelligence in key situations of the game.
In the second half, was it a case of what they did or what you guys didn't do?
Well, you know, we had a 17-point lead, and you know, we felt like in the first half, we kind of, when we stopped ourselves specifically on offense, it was self-inflicted type things, and then, you know, we felt like we made some adjustments there at halftime to do some things, and we're unsuccessful in executing some of those things, and you know, they capitalized on those, and you know, you got to take your hat off to Terry Allen. I mean, the guy's a good football coach. He obviously put Northern Iowa on the map, and you know, he's got a young football team too. He's got 3 seniors on offense, 3 on defense, and you know, he knows how to get his guys ready to play, and they play. You know, they're the least penalized team in the league. You know, they had 3 penalties today, but they're the least penalized team in the league overall in conference play.
Coach, you mentioned the 3rd and 5 play. Would you say maybe that was a turning point of the game in your mind, or was there a play after?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the first part.
You said you mentioned the 3rd and 5 play where you guys didn't convert. In your mind, would you say that was maybe the turning point of the game, or was there a time before or after that?
No, I mean there was 2:04 left, you know, in the game, and you know, it was 3rd and 5, and we ran a basic play, and we didn't complete the football. You know, the ball wasn't caught, and we catch the ball. It's 1st down, and we're celebrating right now. You know, but that's what this game comes down to. But it's more than just one play. You know, you can't just alienate one play. How about our kickoff coverage? How about our punt coverage? You know what I mean? I mean, there's plenty of all 3 phases of the game today. We did not play championship level football. Period.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about the particular one-on-one matchups on some of those passes at the end?
Well, you know, we knew that they had the best receiver, and we were trying to get some pressure on the quarterback at the same time, contain him. And you know, we had some one-on-one situations there, and we were unsuccessful. And we had 1 penalty there. It was a big penalty, obviously, in the end zone. So, and then we had 1. You know, there's just a variety of things there. We've got to shore up our coverage on some things, and you know, we'll do that. That'll happen.
Coach, from the beginning of the year till now, where have you seen this team grow the most?
You know, it's a hard question really to evaluate. Grow the most, you know, I think we have grown to some extent as far as our understanding of playing the game of football and concepts. We still need more consistency in crucial times of the game. You know, these games that we lose, what are we losing them by? 3, 4, you know. So we're in the games, we're there, we're competitive. Now we've got to be able to handle the pressure of crunch time and being able to make a play. You know, us making a play rather than them blowing the play. You know, I want to see us make the play, and that's something that we'll continue to focus on. But you know, if you look back a year ago, we were losing them all. So now we're getting about half of them. Hopefully next year we get all of them. You know, but that's a evaluation process that we'll go through in the off season, and get some things shored up, what we need to do, and get guys bigger and stronger, and you know, learn the game of football, continue to develop and critique some things that we do and call and play, and we'll come out and we'll expect to play well.
You mentioned you have a small senior class, and really the defensive line is one area there's a lot of guys. I mean, what kind of foundation you bringing back?
Well, we got a lot of guys we brought in that we redshirted that we feel good about, and then you know, we've got 4 guys that we're going to sign at defensive line, and those guys are impact football players. So we expect to continue to develop the guys that we have here in place, develop those red shirts during the course of spring ball, and then the guys that we sign we'll obviously have here in the summer and through August, and you know, we expect those guys to step in and play at a high level, and you know, we'll have a much better feel where we are after spring ball. But I really like some of the youth in our program, and their work ethic and their character and their discipline. So I expect us to, you know, continue to develop that position.